want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is the message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born to do this very thing. You must be very, very strong.
When the Moroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra, when the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga, Biko Kulien, Kulien, Ogeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. Oh, when the Moroku, Makamwero Wanyi. Makamwero wewu Biafra Biko kulien ogeruo Biko kulien Iye jamalike ogeruo The spirit of Biafra Biko kulien ogeruo Mwere de Biafra kidie mube Biko bilien ogeruo Oamadike nona donjon Kweki hereme yae Bodike Mbosi hike rura chobalike Biko kulien ogeruo Biko kulien Iye jamalike ogeruo The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile Master Simon F. A bond smooth to Sri Gabaniru Naibu Ne brother and dad from my Ogini Masi Simon Epa Emesu Wokokwere Onyendu Ihe Gamadi Keruo Imokwa Simon Epa Wujie Ihe Gamadi Keruo Simon Epa Watakata Abo Ojuda Kwenyi Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata I will follow you I will follow you I will follow you Never look back I will follow you Mwa Prime Minister Veronye Anyiga Wanuga I will follow you Anyina I will follow you I will follow you Mwa Simon Veronye The question is this If Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you're looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Bucharangui, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea. Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Nogu, Atakata, Kaina, Bogi. Ojuda uweyi Kwiboloyendu Kine Menata I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said promise I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you Never look back, I will follow you Mwa Prime Minister Veronye Anyiga Wanuga I will follow you Anyina I will follow you I will follow you Ohamadike Biafra Dahi Moroka Biarole Iye Jamadike Ruo Biafra Republic Government Awutie Iye Jamadike Ruo Commander Jentule Kwechiri General Buduso Suna Atakata War Commander Holy Ghost Okonyendu Borokunu Nazatata Biko Kulien Ogeruo Biko Kulien Iye Jamalike Ogeruo Biko Kulien Ogeruo Iye Jamalike Ogeruo
We are having disruption today.
Maka Biafra wero putara anyị onye ndu Simon Efa
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi Rone Bigebi. He said,
welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this morning section of our program. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to this very channel, please kindly subscribe. Follow the channel and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that's around you. For the sake of those who are joining us on this very first time, if you are joining us from Facebook, I welcome you. If you are joining us from YouTube, I equally welcome you. If you are joining for the very first time, I want you to know that this very platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafra Republic of Exile, a platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and the Supreme Commander of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this very platform where you are watching this program, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come on this platform to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world. We do that every morning. And I welcome everyone that is connected to us, whether you are watching us from Facebook or you are watching from YouTube. I appreciate you and I welcome you to this amazing program. Those who are watching me from YouTube, you know that our morning section program here is always an interactive section. It's a section where everyone can join us on the platform and make their opinion known. In this platform, what we do is to encourage the Biafrans across the world. What we do is to bring down the situation in Biafra land to the world for the world to know exactly what is going on. We come here to debunk every lie against our Prime Minister, against our Biafran people, against our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We also come here to make the world know that Nigerian government have already declared a war against the Biafran people, and it is ongoing, even though they pretend it's not going on and nobody is saying anything. The world are silent, they pretend it's not happening. But as I speak, a lot is going on in Biafra land. Why we come here is to make sure that we bring this information to your doorstep so that you can understand the situation down there in Biafra land. If you're watching us from YouTube, you can join me on the stage. You have the opportunity to join me. It is not compulsory that you must be a Biafra before you. Even if you're not a Biafra, you can equally join and make your opinion. Whether you are a one Nigerianist, whether you are from any other part of the world, even if you're not an African, no matter which part of the world you are coming from, you can join me on this platform and make your opinion known. The only thing we ask you is that when you join this platform to make your views known, make sure you present yourself in a decent manner. We cannot allow you to join us appearing naked. You must cover up properly. Secondly, when you are presenting your matter in this very platform, you must make sure you present your matters in a civil manner. Try as much as possible to be civil. I am not telling you to throw away your opinion. Hold on to your opinion as much as you like. I'm not telling you not to get angry. Get angry as much as you like. Say your views, whatever you want to say, just say it the way you want to say it. But while doing that, put it in a civil manner, because the whole world is watching. It will be of no use after making noise or speaking for a very long time and nobody understands what you're saying. So put your words in a civil manner, no matter how angry or how disappointed you are. Put your question forward, we are going to answer you. That is what we do in this platform. As long as you present your matter in a civil manner, it will be attended to, because a lot of people are watching this program on Facebook and on YouTube. The Biafran Republic Government in Exile Cabinet members are watching. Our Prime Minister is also observing. So whatever you say in this platform is going to be noted. If it's something that needs to be attended to, it will be attended to immediately. If there is any suggestion you have, anything you want to say, or something you are hearing about the Biafra Republic in exile that you're not too sure about, you want to ask a question, come on. Ask your question. You'll be welcome. If you are a Biafran, you have the privilege to speak in your own dialect. It is not mandatory that you must use English. In Biafra land, we know we have different dialects. So if you want to reach out to your own audience from your own area, you can come out in your own dialect, speak to your own audience so that they can be able to understand what you're saying. Very important. I appreciate everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from. I thank you and I welcome you once again to this very platform. And I say, may Chukwu Kabiam continue to guide, protect you, and secure every one of us. We have come once again today to do what we need to do. Every one of us know that a lot is going on. So much is going on that we can't even begin to mention. But I urge you not to get distracted. We must be focused. The only destination we have today is Biafra and nothing else. Do not allow anyone to distract you. Distractions are going to come. And I want to tell everyone that is watching, if you are not a Biafran, maybe you are from other part of the world or you're from other region, the Biafra restoration or the struggle for Biafra independence is not against any individual. It is not against any tribe. This is about the life of the Biafran people. The Biafran people have been made endangered species in that contraction called Nigeria. And I can bet you that it's not even only the Biafrans, including the people in Oduduwa land, people in Arewa, people in the Middle Belt. But it's unfortunate that it's only the Biafran that has the courage to stand up to the system. Only the Biafrans are the ones that have the courage to stand up to the system. It is not just standing up to pursue the solution and make sure that we get that solution. The suffering that is going on in the contraction called Nigeria today is overwhelming, undoubtedly very clear. And every citizen seems to be playing along. For one selfish interest or the other, for fear of the unknown, they seem to be playing along. But it is only Biafran people that are genuinely concerned about the life and property of the citizens of that contraction called Nigeria. That is why they are pursuing a permanent solution. Permanent solution, not a temporary solution. What the Biafrans are pursuing today is a permanent solution. So when we hear the Biafran people talking about disintegration of the zoo, it is not out of hatred. It is not out of strife, envy, or jealousy. No, it is not because of the resources they have. No, it is not because they are too smart. It is not. It is to save life. The reason why Biafrans are doing what they're doing is to save life. You can continue to pretend that all is well with you. You can continue to pretend due to your selfish interest, because your tribe man is on top, or because you have your 3 square meals to eat, because you feel you have a car to drive, you have a home, you have a roof over your head. You are not concerned. You think all is well. But I bet you there are people in that contraction called Nigeria that cannot afford 1 square meal. And for those of you who think you can manage the system, or who are dreaming of so-called better Nigeria, that is a dream that will never come true. It is not a curse, but it's the truth. And whatever I say here, I say it based on what I have seen in the past. I am not a child. I wasn't born yesterday. I have seen several governments come and go in that contraction called Nigeria. And when any good new government comes, it becomes worse than the previous one. When a new government comes, it becomes worse than the previous one. You cannot count of any new government that has become better than the previous one. But seeing all these things playing out, yet you see people lining themselves up, hoping for something that is not, hoping for a hopeless, having a hopeless hope. That's what I call it, having a helpless hope. And you see the line of those who call themselves politicians, the criminals, the fraudsters who are making sure that the system works because it benefits them. They continue to preach to you how to make things good. When you see them on conventional media, they will sit down on the table and tell you how to make a country good. But yet, when it comes to practical, they do nothing. And the worst of it all are those that call themselves human rights activists in that country called Nigeria. They are the worst. Those who claim to be human rights activists, they are doing nothing. These are another group of set of selfish individuals who only want to exalt themselves. They want to make themselves popular in the name of human rights activists. But at the same time, they cannot pursue a solution to a problem. They can never, ever pursue a solution. And when they see you pursuing a solution to the problem, they will come to preach to you about humanity. What is humanity when your life is not secured? How can you interpret humanity when your own life is not secured? Your life has to be secured first before you talk about humanity. And in Nigeria, you see a system where there is no plan to secure the life of the people. What you see in Nigeria is a system where there is no plan whatsoever. There is no plan anywhere to secure the life and property of the people. What do you see? Every blessed day, when you look at the media, you are going to be hear one news or the other of people losing their life. You will hear about the unaliving of people in huge number, and nobody cares about it. The government doesn't care. But where they are focused is on those people who are making a legitimate demand of having their rights to operate in their own zone, control their own territory the way it is going to favor them, to grow at their own space. These are the people that they continue to come after. These are the people that they continue to see as enemy. These are the people they continue to attack at every given opportunity. How long shall we continue to pretend about this? How long shall we continue to pretend that all is well when you and I know that all is not well? The earlier we wake up and face the reality of today, the better for all of us. If you are a Biafran, you are from Oduduwa land, you are from the Middle Belt, you are from Arewa, the only solution to your problem today to survive is to go back to base. Go back to 1914, whoever you were. Build a new foundation for yourself. And if you do not want to pursue your freedom, allow those who are pursuing their freedom to go ahead. This means more especially the Afonjas. Those Afonja who will not, they do not care about themselves. They know that all is not well, but for one selfish interest or the other, they continue to fight against those who are talking about freedom. If you don't want freedom, there is no problem. Nobody's going to force you. It is your desire to be enslaved. But why do you have to focus your attention on those who are pursuing their freedom? Why do you want to be a distraction? You are comfortable for the fact that you feel that you're in a better position than the others. It is not that things are working well, but for the fact that you feel that you stand in a better position of defrauding, stealing as much as you can. You don't want to talk about freedom. You don't want to pursue it, and you become a distraction. You must learn to do things right. We have come to a time where we will no longer tolerate all those unnecessary complaints. As for Biafran people, they are more than prepared, and our exit is signed and sealed. No man can stop it. All these games you are playing today, we are watching. Biafrans, we are watching. We are watching. All these games, both the politicians, they are playing a kind of game to use Nnamdi Kanu as a distraction for the Biafran people. It is only fools that you can deceive. Nnamdi Kanu have given us a standard while he was with us. He gave us a standard. And he said in his own mouth, he said, no human being is greater than Biafra. No human being is more important. None of us is more important than what we are chasing, Biafra. And Nnamdi Kanu, in his own words, said he will sacrifice anything sacrificable to see that we achieve our independence. So if you're one of those who think you can use the propaganda to hold us back, try again. They come and they tell us that Nnamdi Kanu have agreed with all they have shown to him. No problem. We don't have any problem with that. But we know who Nnamdi Kanu, and we know what Nnamdi Kanu agreed even while he was outside. If there is anything, of course, just like the lawyer has said, agreed on the arrangement on his, agreed on arrangement agreed on the design agreement between them during the discussion. But when they push it out there in the media, they will tell you as if he have agreed on the command of control. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu can never agree on any control. He will only abide by whatever procedure that is agreed on within the discussion. But they paint it as if they have held him captive to discourage the Biafrans, to push us a different direction. Well, you people are coming late. We are focused and will not be distracted. You're welcome, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for joining me. Good to see you again today, my brother.
Yeah, brother, please. Good evening from my end. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good evening from my end. How are you doing?
Thank God. Very well. Thank you.
It has been a long time. It has been a long time.
Yeah, I guess I know.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of town. So, and where I am, the network will not allow me to hear anything. But I normally watch your program every day. Maybe after you finish the program, I will watch it because my time schedule will not allow me to come live. My brother, I want our people to know one thing. Like I always say on this your program, that freedom does not come cheap. There is a great price to pay for freedom. And some of those price is death. Before you can be free from anything you find yourself, you will first of all declare yourself as a dead person. So that your enemy will know that you are not even scared of that death. Because the only thing they know that they will use to threaten you is death. So that when you tell them that you are more or less a dead man, they will know that death is not an option to you. So the option is to do what is to let you go. Understand? And I want our people to know one thing. You see this shenanigan they did in Enugu and the one that the Bible is talking about, that they are using Nnamdi Kanu to buy time. They are using Nnamdi Kanu to buy time. I want people to know one thing. If you think in your widest dream, you think in your widest dream that the hope is that the arch enemy of a man Nnamdi Kanu will go and sit on the table to discuss on how to release his arch enemy, you are a liar. In other words, all the teachings of Martin Nnamdi Kanu has not gotten into your brain. In other words, you have no brain. If you think that hope goes to them with all the abomination he has committed in Imo State, with all the people that he has killed, with all our people that he has tied and men, and all the bombs that thrown in Imo State on a daily basis, if you think that hope goes to them will go and sit down to discuss on how to release Martin Nnamdi Kanu, in other words, you are the biggest fool I've ever seen. Do you understand? Because the hope for them that we all know will never, ever go to sit down to discuss about Martin Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand? I want people to know one thing. The reason why they hold the meeting they hold in Enugu is not to release Martin Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why they hold the meeting they hold in Enugu is how to kidnap Simon. That is number one. Or if they could not succeed to kidnap him, they will fire him, maybe through sister bombing, or maybe through hire someone to go and shoot him a gun, or maybe in any means to take him out of the way. That is number one meeting they discuss in Enugu. Then the second meeting they discuss in Enugu is this: how to get the men on the ground, how to promise them money for them to drop their gun, for them to betray our fear. Listen, because when we are listening, we listen with our brain. We don't listen with our eyes. We don't look with our eyes. Rather, we listen with our brain. And when you are talking, we even read your lips, the way it moves, your eye contact, we read everything. If you want all the shenanigans they did in Enugu after doing the shenanigans, now we can cannot come out again and start praising Butuzo, which is the commander of men on the ground. What does that signify to you? Does that didn't send a signal to you? The king that once came and crucified Butuzo, said that Butuzo is the criminal, Butuzo is this one, Butuzo is the other one. Now we think that he's coming back to praise the same man that he has crucified. What does the after the king that did not come and say so, the king that came out after the Eastern governors went together to have a meeting, the king that now came out and start praising men on the ground. Not only praising men on the ground, start praising their commander. Because the king that must have told them that if you can get Butusa, if you can promise him money, if he can betray Nnamdi Kanu, then Simon Ekpa will be weak. Because when people are talking, you will reason from your talk and reason from this one talk, then we'll bring everything together. When you bring it together, it will make sense. Do you understand? So their meeting, number one is to buy our PM. Number two is to get the men on the ground, not to get the men on the ground for them to betray our PM. Because they are scared of that 2nd December. They don't want that 2nd December to come because they know that when 2nd December comes, then we now have the legitimate right to do whatever we want to do. Because any military or police or custom or whatever you see in our land is a traitor. You become a traitor. Do you understand now? Because the self-referendum proves that you people have given our government the legitimacy to rule you people, to govern you people. That is the vote you are voting. If you don't know what you're doing, let me just tell you what you're doing. That self-referendum you're doing now, you are giving them legitimacy to govern you. That they are the people you are following. That is what that referendum means. So what they are trying to do now is to kill that 2nd December because they are scared. They know that after 2nd December, none of them will make. After all, they are not even in Enugu. They are not even. Mbadi is not living in Enugu. Go to is not living in Enugu. The only person living where his government is Oti, because Oti is saying is still little. His own sin is not big as other people. Like Mba, Uzodema, and the rest of them. That is one thing I want you people to know. Do you understand? The problem these people are having is this. Because our PM have deprived them that pomposity, that comfort that every woman has in him, that whenever you travel abroad or maybe travel anywhere and you make money, you must come back to your home to show your people that you have arrived, that you have gotten money. So our PM now have deprived them those rights that they have as so-called themselves. They call themselves caucus. Because what is it called? I've already said that they are Southeastern caucus. Because they will always come back with their bulletproof gas and their entourage to come and intimidate you and pour you dust. So that privilege, they are not having it anymore. That is the only problem they are having. And the sit at home you are doing is another proof to tell the world that these people are not your government, that you are not following them, that you are not obedient to their government. That is exactly what they are fighting for. If you think that these people are negotiating to free Nnamdi Kanu, you are a buffoon. And if you think that Nnamdi Kanu that you and I know will agree on anything Nigeria government promising, in other words, you are not a follower of Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu that we know will never accept anything. Will never accept anything Nigeria government throws us today. I want you to know one thing and have it at the back of your mind. Nnamdi Kanu that you and I know him from 2015 till today. I will not tell you that I followed him from day one. I followed him from 2015. Nnamdi Kanu that I know and listen to him, will rather die a vulnerable death than to drop Biafra education. Do you understand? Nnamdi Kanu told you that the respect and the honor he owes for those who have given their life for this cause outweigh the living. In other words, it's better for him that is the dead man than for him to live and betray those 28 men that give their life for him to live. You don't know Nnamdi Kanu. If you think that Nnamdi Kanu will drop their participation, Nnamdi Kanu can never, and read my lips, he will never really leave all this rubbish. I believe the since they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and brought him back to Nigeria, you have never visited Nnamdi Kanu for one day. Now it is now after 3 years. You are telling me that you visited Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu agreed on everything that you said. Who is Bokum here? Who is fool here? Does these people think that our brain is chicken brain or maybe goat brain and we don't know anything and we don't know? But one thing I can assure them is this: their plan has failed. Because the hand of God is upon this agitation. The hand of Almighty, Elohim, the creator of the heaven and earth, is upon this liberation we are in. Yes. Look at what is going on. For you to know that the hand of God is upon what I'm doing. UK did everything possible to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and hide him. First of all, they went and removed themselves from EU. They quickly wrote and removed themselves from EU because they felt in their mind that they are bringing more resources to help the poor countries that are EU. So they think that after they pull out of EU, and that money they are remitting to EU to help those poor countries, they will not remit the money. They will pull out, and EU beg them. They said no. Now that they have succeeded in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, and they see that the Biafra people cannot quench, rather is going more higher and higher. And who is the person that is correcting it? A man like Simon Ekpa, who is in Finland, and Finland is part of what? Part of EU. Do you understand? Now they cannot go to lobby to EU for them to repatriate Moses Simon Ekpa because they have pulled out of EU. Do you see how God is punishing them? Germany cannot listen to them. France cannot listen to them. Finland cannot listen to them because they have pulled out of EU. They have no ground on EU anymore. For you to know that the hand of God is upon this journey we are in. The only thing we need, I want you to know one thing, you listening to me, whether you are men on the ground or maybe you are listening to me or you are a leader person, to think that you collecting money and betraying this struggle will make the struggle to quench or make the other not to come. You must be dreaming because we're already in Biafra. And I want our people to know one thing, that Biafra is written in the heart of every Igbo man living.
Absolutely.
That is one thing I want you to know. No matter what, forget about maybe the person keep quiet or maybe the person is not saying anything. But Biafra is written on our mind. I want you to know one thing. Biafra is written on our mind. And I want you to know one thing. There is a way you will do. Our people will remind you that you are Biafra. The level we have gotten into this struggle, we have never gotten to that level. And we can't go back. Instead of us to go back, we rather move forward. And I want to assure Nigerian government, if they think that they will go and kidnap somebody else, I just our PM told you that they learned from what happened to Nnamdi Kanu was different. And I want to say this thing now. If I get this intel, I got this intel which day? Last week. That immediately Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. After 2 months, do you remember that Nnamdi went back? All of them, all the US members, all of them, they went back to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Really, they went back to Nigeria. What did they went to? They go back to Nigeria to do the same thing they did to was written to Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately, Nigerian government brought all of them to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu saw that. They brought all of them to Nnamdi Kanu and told Nnamdi Kanu that your men are here and they have dropped the education. Even all your commanders, many of them have left. What Nnamdi Kanu told them that yes, you will accept everything that this will say. But the remaining one man, that when you see that one man, he will give up. They asked him, who is that man? Nnamdi Kanu, that man is Simon Ekpa. That if you see Simon Ekpa here, and Simon Ekpa looked him in his eyes and told him that he has given up, then he will give up. That is where the problem began. They come back and say, okay, Simon Ekpa is not open, and we did a party. Our leader cannot come out to say anything now because we know that he's still in the enemy terrain. That is why when Simon Ekpa told you that what you don't know is bigger than you, my brother, begin to listen. What is this thing that is giving this man moral to claim that what I don't know is bigger than me? Simon Ekpa has seen it all, and Nnamdi Kanu has seen it all. And he knew that the man who is in affair of this agitation can never betray him and can never betray him. My brother, I think I have to drop it. Ebon.
Thank you so much, my brother. Ebon. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for that amazing contribution. You have just said it all, and that is exactly where we are. Everyone that think you can be deceived. The only people that will deceive are the people who are just joining yesterday, the people who don't know what the struggle is all about. But for those of us who have been following Nnamdi Kanu, not today. Personally, from 2015, immediately Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Lagos in 2015. From then onwards, I have not taken my eyes off him. I have followed him. I have followed every stories about him. When he came out, I followed all the brokers up to date. I still have some of my videos that I made. Most of the videos have been taken down, but I still have most of the videos on my Facebook. They are still there. So messages of Nnamdi Kanu are written bold in my heart, and I know what he can do and his words. The reason why we are coming online on a daily basis is to remind those of us who have, those of us who are not strong enough. Those of us who are not strong enough, who doesn't have that sharp memory, we have to remind them and make sure they are connected and not driven away. Do not, there is nothing, there is no other way. The only message we are preaching today is to let the people, the only people that are concerned about life and property of people in that contraption, people that are concerned about life there are the people who are asking for the disintegration of Nigeria. It is not a bad request. That is for a it does not matter your propaganda, the blackmail, the attacks that is coming right left and center. We are not going to deviate, not even an inch, because that is the only solution to the problem. The more you continue to pretend that there are it will never. If you are dreaming of revolution, you will dream of revolution until forever. It will not happen. It will not happen. As we are today, the only thing that will bring a change is to end this very contraption. When you end it, you build a new foundation. Every region to return to where they were. Return to your region wherever you were before the amalgamation. Go back and start a new foundation. Lay a new foundation, because even the amalgamation was done in fraud. It wasn't with your consent. Including the time they said they gave you independence. It was all fraudulent. The very first election that was conducted in that contraption was fraudulent. I didn't just say it. A British man confessed to it. I have the video here. That they rigged the very first election that was supposed to make Nigeria a nation was rigged by the British in favor of the caliphate. Just to favor them. Because they saw them as a willing tool. So every foundation was laid on fraud. That is why today they see that contraption. As long as you have that name, Nigeria, in your area, you have it around you, the Fulanis will always take you as their own property. As long as you continue to link yourself to anything Nigeria, the caliphate will link, the Fulanis will take you as a property. And that is why you see them fearlessly dominating every area in that contraption. Entering every angle, taking over anywhere. They will come to your land, your own village. They will come to your own village, your own motherland. They will take their cow, they enter your farm and destroy your farm, and they tell you not to cry. They are doing that because of the right, the name Nigeria gave them. Until you decimate that name, remove it. Every man to his own region. After all said and done, when you have laid a solid foundation, if you want to come back, okay. You come back based on an agreement. legitimate agreement that is reached by the people themselves, not by somebody from somewhere will come and call you and say, you are Nigerian, and you agree. Today you are defending something you are not aware of, something you are not part of, something you did not initiate. Something you did not initiate. Just like Nnamdi Kanu said in the court, how can I be seeking for something I did not initiate? When they were saying he was seeking for settlement out of court. Nnamdi Kanu asked, how can I initiate something, seek for something I did not initiate? But what you see happening in Nigeria is that people are seeking for something that they did not initiate. People are protecting something they did not initiate. People are protecting something that has nothing to do with them. May Chukwu Okikabiyama give us the grace to understand these things and walk away before it is too late. As for we, the Biafrans, we are on our way out already. And nobody, I say nobody will stop us. You're welcome, my brother. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. You're welcome. Good morning.
Thank you. I so appreciate the good works you are doing. We will continue until we are finally in Biafra nation.
Yes.
I appreciate Simon Ekpa for his relentless effort over this cause. I also greet all Biafrans who are listening to us in this broadcast this morning. Here we go. We cannot back down. We have started this course. We will continue this course. We'll take it to the permanent side, which is Biafra. And of course, the time is no longer there because we are close to where we are going to. And so there is no time for negotiation. Dialogue is void, completely void at this time. And I want to tell Biafrans, everybody who is listening around the world, that we have already seen so much and we have decided to rise up and say enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
And so no matter what they think they will do at this time, the time for dialogue has passed.
Absolutely.
And so this time around, we have crossed the line already for dialogue. So they should stop wasting their time, because unionship is not a thing or do or die affair or a forceful thing. If today you marry me either as a woman and then you take me home, right in your home, if by any reason I find out that the area, that house is not conducive for my better living, I have all the rights to seek for divorce and of course to leave. And now as it stands, Nigerian government, I know that the people who are in the seat of power are mentally derailed. They are sick in the head. Or otherwise, right in their constitution, it permits freedom of both movement, unionship, association of any kind, and of course speech as well. But because they are mad people, There are people that nuts of their brains have been loosed and lost. They are behaving the way they are behaving. Or otherwise, I have never seen normal people behaving the way they behave. So that is the reason why some of us whose brain is still working, we cannot continue with this line of beastlyhood, you know. And at this time, check to confirm that these people are highly insane. When you follow their programs, neither in their Senate house or neither in their assembly house, that's a house of assembly house, or either in the Senate house, if you follow their programs, you will know that indeed they are insane. Because I cannot see or imagine a people in this 21st century discussing about open grazing, discussing about cows, and the highest thing on top of that is to talk about insecurity. And this is just their 2 points of agenda in power over how many tenors, over how many regimes, and they continue on these particular 2 points. When their citizens are dying of hunger, no money, no food, no hospitals, and no good platforms, study platforms like schools. And I mean, there are police stations looking like, how should I put it? A place prepared for, goats, and one cannot continue like this. And so they do not care. People are dying of hunger.
They don't.
A lot of families, as I speak with you, they don't have what to eat. I am this kind of person that tour about the country from place to place based on my kind of duties. And the same experience I am having, the same complaint that everybody is giving everywhere. And they are there calling themselves a government. No. That unionship, we can't continue. Biafrans are a decent people, very humane, that, cares about lives, cares about the livelihoods of people. But these beasts, they go about destroying livelihoods. People who are able to say, okay, we do not mind the government, since the government have nothing for us, let's go about our normal businesses on our own. Let's struggle and see how we can, put things in place for survival. The government, or the so-called government, goes about destroying livelihoods. Then tell me if these are human beings. They are beasts. No, they are not human beings. They are beasts. So we can continue with this kind of dirty reasoning people. We can continue with this kind of mad people. We need to live like human beings. And that is the reason why Biafrans have made up their minds to go. And I want to use this opportunity to inform all of us that anybody in Biafra land who is not in support of this cause or this freedom movement, that person is not a genuine Biafran. He's a mixed multitude within us, among us. It's a mixed multitude. Because if you are a real original Biafran, I mean, the only thing that will be flowing in your bloodstreams is freedom, because Biafrans are known to be very, very humane. All we consider is humanity, mankind. That is Biafrans for you. So anybody who is going out of this line is not a genuine Biafran. It's a mixed multitude among us. And so we cannot mind them. Be it that they call themselves governors, be it that they call themselves senators, or any position that they are into, you know, we can't listen to them, we can't follow them, because of course they are not there for us, they are only there for themselves. And that is why no one speaks for the citizens. They are all after sharing money and packing some, you know, abroad to dump it there without even making use of it. No industries put in place to create job opportunities for the citizens. You know, why? Because they don't have the citizens in mind. So these are not a people Biafrans will listen to. And that's the reason why most times when I hear them say state actors, non-state actors, I laugh at them. Who is a state actor here? People who don't care about the citizens, should they be called state actors? I mean, when you want to go logically, they can't. They can't. They are not state actors. The terrorists are not permitted to you know, to be in charge of mankind. They are not permitted to be in charge of human beings. Terrorists that they are. Therefore, we will do everything possible to deny them and to ensure that we pursue them. We will pursue them. Because how many are they that will stand in there and be perpetrating this evil against, I mean, a high populace, you know, people? We can't accept it. And that is the reason why we have given them vote of no confidence and we have withdrawn our support from them. You know, we have withdrawn our you know, our allegiance from them, and we have taken everything to Simon Ekpa. We have taken everything to Biafra government, because it is only Biafra governments that have something for the people. It is only Biafra government that is speaking for the people. It is only Biafra government that is hearing the cry of the people. It is only Biafra government that are doing something to ensure that they deliver these ones that are, you know, that their voice are not being heard, for their voices to be heard by the world. It is only Biafra government that is doing everything to protect us. It is only Biafra government that is doing everything to ensure that we have peace and to live like human beings and not like animals in the jungle. And that is why I've decided on our own, not somebody forcing us. We have decided on our own, you know, to pay allegiance to Biafra government, to give our support to Biafra government, to listen to Biafra government and obey Biafra government, and to ensure that we do not have any other government apart from Biafra government. And here we are saying, we the people, we are saying that we don't know Nigeria government. We the people are saying that these people that are parading themselves are terrorists. We the people have said that these people that are parading themselves against us, they are non-state actors. And we have decided to make Biafra governments the state actors in Biafra land. So they are the people who we know. Biafra government is what we know. And last time I heard them say something, all their gutter medias were reporting that Nnamdi Kanu escaped from DSS custody. I was just laughing. I said, it cannot be Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very decent and disciplined man. He's not a coward, on the other hand, that will entertain and either some fears or something, either to run away from their custody. No, he is there to take justice, and that is why he is ready to bear everything he is bearing. And of course, when he told us before this time that God asked him to use the 150 chapters of Psalm for fasting and prayers, we all key in, because some of us who are spiritual, we know what that means. That something is ahead. There are a lot of dangers ahead. There are a lot of turbulence ahead. And so this is for fortifying himself. This is to prepare himself, and this is to also let the Biafrans themselves work stronger and be more courageous and focused. And so we came in. At the time came on, he said, he used his mouth to say God has revealed to him that they will come after him. And the ones sitting around him will be the ones to sell him out to Nigerian government. He said it all. We have not forgotten, because we follow him, foot to foot in all his programs. So he said it all. And so when it happens, we were not panicking, we were not checking, we were not surprised. You saw already what he has told us that is coming to pass. And so we know quite all right that no matter what they do, they cannot be able to kill him. Be it by whatever, incarceration or punishment or something. They can't take his life, because God is with him. The angels of God are there with him. He is a legion. Even when they are with their physical eyes, they are seeing him single. They can't do anything to him. And himself knows who he is. He knows the powers around him. He knows that God is there with him. And so he cannot entertain any fear. Who are the Nigerian government that Nnamdi Kanu will be afraid of? They are nothing to what Nnamdi Kanu knows and what he believes, and to who sent him. And I know quite all right that they pay the medias to give that report, so that they wanted to use that medium to see the actions of the citizens of Biafrans, so that if their actions goes left, they can now lay hands on him to kill him. That is what they had in mind. But it's just that the people there do not have any single sense in them. They don't have sense, because they are reasoning like animals. So after all of these reports about and all of that, what happened? They saw that Biafrans are so resilient, and they are not checking. And we all are saying that no, this is lies from the pit of hell. That is not the Nnamdi Kanu we know they are talking about. And of course, he can't try that nonsense. He knows what he is looking for, and he knows that where they kept him, he will be there becoming The more they detain him there, the taller he becomes every day. The more they detain him there, that's what they don't know. The more they detain him there, the bigger he becomes. The more they detain him there, the stronger he becomes. The more they detain him there, I mean, the more popular he becomes over the entire world. The more they detain him there, the more Biafra is gaining grounds. The more they detain him there, the more Nnamdi Kanus are rising. That's what they don't know. Originally, they felt that if they kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra will no longer be there. Everybody will just back out and go and enter their shells, and then for them to continue what they are doing or what they feel they should do. But that very day that they made their announcement, when we were like within the days, where is Nnamdi Kanu? We have not seen him. Where is he? And we were all waiting for, his broadcast, and we couldn't get him and all of that. We were all wondering about his whereabouts. After some days, we now heard them stupidly announcing, foolishly announcing, myopically announcing that we have arrested Nnamdi Kanu, we have him here and all of that. I was like, wow, look at a foolish set of people. People that don't have brain at all. I was like, they don't know what they have done. That is the beginning of the destruction of Nigeria. And of course, that is what is taking shape every day by day of his detention. More Nnamdi Kanus have risen. Nigeria is getting destroyed on a daily basis. And he told them at a point that if they think it's a matter of guns and bullets, Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. And of course, that's what is on board now. So the people are a confused set, and they don't know what they have with them. It's a time bomb. Keeping continually detaining Nnamdi Kanu with them, they don't know it's a time bomb. At a point, God is the one who sent Nnamdi Kanu over this mission for mankind. And of course, God knows how to release him. Even if they feel on their own that they don't have to do it. But then, before that time, Nigeria must have been on serious fire that no one will be able to quench again. And Biafra will emerge. That's what they don't know. And at this time, they have started changing narratives. Nnamdi Kanu has accepted with the conditions of the federal government. Who is the federal government? What is the federal government? Where is the federal government? Have I even seen a government at all? Because if there is a government, we know what a government can do. It's not about going for kidnapping of people. It's not about embarking on terrorism. It's not about stealing money and then going to dump it in foreign countries. That is the only duty they have, and which they have shown out very clearly. Or otherwise, we know the functions of a government. We know. In a situation where the people who call themselves a government also, or a set that call themselves a government, are not functional, only looting money, taking it away to other countries, only looking at people who says, oh, it's not good the way you are doing or what you are doing, and you kidnap them, you kill them. Is that a government? Nigeria do not have a government. And of course, I do not blame them, because this thing called Nigeria is not a country in the first place. And the people that gave them this name, as foolish as they are, or otherwise you seek for an independence, you will sit down and draw. I'm put up a map of what you are looking for, and ensure you design a name that you want to bear, which you have. You know, you have the meaning of that name, and of course, you know what the name alone can do for you people. That is when you are dealing with people that they have their brains intact. That is when you are dealing with people that knows what they are doing. That is when you are dealing with people you can call they are illustrious sons of the land. We are looking for freedom. We are looking for freedom. People went and took Niger Royal Company and added IA at the back of it, and it's now sounding Nigeria. And they are all shouting and hailing, we have gotten a country. Useless set of people. Useless set that cannot stand in front of me to claim this nonsense. I will rubbish them. And then they no wonder they are just there to steal and loot. No other thing, because of course, when a thief knows that there is a company here, there is nothing he can do, more especially if what is coming out of that company is not reaching him. He will devise a means of going there to rob. And that's exactly what is happening here, because Nigeria is not a country. It's just a company to the British. And that is why the people are fond of voters into power, voters into power. They go looking for means to get into power, to go and loot. They have opportunity to come out to rob, to steal. Robbers of the highest order. And you feel Biafrans should obey this set? It cannot happen. Our brains are intact. And on top of it, why will the northerners not struggle this to say it belongs to them, when it is their Niger that has been converted into what they call Nigeria today, and then people are calling, telling themselves, we have a country. We have a country. Where is the country? Have I seen anyone? I'm only expecting Biafra to come and I call it a country. That's the sober truth about the whole thing. I'm tired of this useless set of people that parade themselves about making useless noise. Empty vessels in that matter, that does not have nothing in them, only embarking on borrow and share. Their brains cannot, for once, bring out something that can help as a nation or in a country, that can help the citizens. Nothing. All the time running away. That means just little headache. You see them running away, leaving the country to other places for treatments. Just common headache, common malaria. We don't have the pills within. And you want me to call them a government? They are criminals.
Thank you,
therefore,
let's welcome our beloved covering, my beloved brother Maxwell. Let's welcome him and we say, give a speech to proceed further.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Good morning to you. Good morning to my brother Mazi Chicks and my brother here too in the studio. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for what you are doing. And good morning to every great sons and daughters of Biafra land, in my mother's homeland, in the diaspora, and right here in the comment section, I can see so many of them. I say, may Chukwu Kikabiyama bless all of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. So, as I was saying, this sets, I, Young Wealthy, can never call them a government because I know what government is all about. But when they will sit there, concentrate on looting, you know, crossing over to go and dump the money, and foreigners, people who the money do not belong to, will be the ones to make use of the money when their people are here dying of hunger. People cannot afford common a school fee for their children. No wonder they are talking about open grazing, so that they would rather commit children in this 21st century to go controlling cows all the way from the north down to the east, down to the south. I don't understand. Mad people everywhere. Therefore, the northerners who struggle this so-called country, that it belongs to them, and they will always go about this sentiment, of course, because there are a lot of complications. And so we are tired of it. We are a nation, Biafra. And for Biafra alone we stand. Just like Nnamdi Kanu have said earlier, Biafra or nothing. That means without Biafra, that means there is no life. And of course, it's something we have seen for over years. And that's why we seek for Biafra. Because with the presence of Biafra, with Biafra, there will be life. And anybody who does not see to this, he has already dig his grave. He has dug his grave. Therefore, there is nothing we are looking for. No negotiation again. No dialogue again. And we are only looking for Biafra. And we will have it, be it by force or by any means. The Bible tells us that from the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffered violence, and violence took it by force. So at this time, nothing more. If they stand on our way, that there must not be Biafra, the fact is, because there must be Biafra, then anything will be cleared. Anything will be cleared. Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. Biafra will still emerge. And at the very appointed time, at the very given time, we already have time that has been announced public. It's been made public. It's trending everywhere. The entire world have seen the target time of Biafrans. And here we go. Nothing more. Nothing stops us. And so,
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So sorry. I was just kicked out of I was just kicked out, so I just tried to recover it back.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
So sorry. I was kicked out completely, so I had to restart and reconnect back again.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
Okay,
so
thank you so much.
There is nothing here again than Biafra. That unionship is over. that marriage is over. I got married to you as a wife, fine. And you might treat me in a way that I no longer feel comfortable. I no longer feel like a human being. And I said, no, I need to recover myself. I need to feel like a human being. I need to have a sense of belonging. And so I divorce you. It's everywhere in the world. It's allowed. So Biafra has divorced Nigeria. In very clear terms, Biafra has divorced Nigeria. The marriage will not continue again because marriage is an agreement between the two. That's what marriage is all about. That's what we call marriage. But once there is no agreement again, marriage has scattered. Every man goes his separate ways. The man goes his separate way, the woman goes his separate, her separate way. So that is what is on ground here. And I'm saying this for the entire world to know that the marriage between Nigeria and Biafra is over. Is over. So we have divorced Nigeria as Biafra.
I think he's kicked out also.
Yes, I believe so. I believe so.
I don't know what is happening. They're just kicking people out. They kicked me out and I had to come back again.
Wow.
My beloved brother Maxwell, I wasn't there. I couldn't be able to hear your opening speech and all that. I don't know whether if you have done that.
No,
I wasn't in when you did.
Yeah, I just greeted my people. I have not made any submission yet, but now that my brother, they've kicked my brother out, I hope he comes back. I just want
go ahead and make your submission.
Yes, I just want to tell my people in Biafra land and the diaspora and the lovers of freedom that no matter what these people would do, there is no going back. When I went for training in Nigerian training army depot in Zaria, there is the logo there is no going back. Once you enter, you're not going back. In this struggle, this fight for the restoration of Biafra, there is no going back. Over 3, 4, 5 million people were killed, not just by the barrel of gun, but through starvation. Absolute blockade of food items reaching the Biafran people. So many of them died out of kwashiorkor. Some died by bullet. My uncles, my aunties, fathers, grandfathers died miserably. Those that are supposed to be 60, 70, 80 today, majority of them died a miserable death. And that is the reason why Nigeria will never know peace. Nigeria will never know peace. I have even the white Caucasians that came and took our people into slavery in connivance with our own people as well. Some of them have summoned the courage to come and apologize. But in Nigeria, you senselessly fight over 3 million people to 5 million. And you don't have the courage, that remorse, to come and say, we are sorry for what we made you go through. Instead of you doing that, you are now adding more misery upon our people. Never. That country will never know peace. Go and check it today, like Nnamdi Kanu said. Instead of them, rest in a very bad manner. And you can see it is going there. It is happening. It is what has never happened in the history of Nigeria before is happening today. So do you want to tell me that God is not on your side? When other countries are improving, this same country is retrogressing. It is not by coincidence. God knows what he's doing. The blood, the innocent blood they shed, is fighting Nigeria back. And that unity, that stupid unity, will no longer stand and will never stand, because they murdered innocent people, people who did not fight for invasion, people who did not do anything, just because they say we will not belong because of the agreement they reneged on. They came after us. If you think that Biafra is not going to come, my people, think again. Because what is happening, the way I'm looking at it, is spiritual. It is spiritual in the sense that someone, Prime Minister, way over where he is staying. My brother, do you think that this is by mistake? Look at where he is. Look at where he is. He is commanding, and people on the ground are listening. Things are moving on, even more than the people that say they are governors of the states. That should show us that what we are doing is a spiritual war, is a spiritual thing, it's divine. If you are not inside, like we say in Liberian accent, this is kuku jumuku. You're not inside, you not know. If you are not inside, you will never know what is going on. Our
Absolutely.
people are very strong in this. I never knew that someone like me will come out today to preach the way I am preaching after serving that zoo army for 18 years. But here I am today, fighting for my people. And that Biafra, by the grace of Chukwu Kikabia, will come in our time. The wrongs of the past will be right, will be rewrite and be done well in our own time. Do not be discouraged. Don't let anybody dissuade you. Don't let the propaganda of the Nigerian state and their cohorts dissuade you into this. But those that are willing to come, they will come in. The door is open so wide for you to come in, because we are making progress. Thank you so much. I will be around until we close. Thank you, my brother. Cheers.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Before we now dive into another discussion, I want to play a very short video. Let us just watch that video and see. You know, when we are talking about Nigeria and their wickedness and their unpreparedness to make things work, there are so many evidence, even on their unconventional media. In their unconventional media, you see people come out there to sound reasonable, but when you come to solution, they do not have solution. That is the difference between us and them. For us, we see the solution, we pursue the solution, we go ahead to make sure that a permanent solution is being installed. But for them, some of them know the problem, they talk about it, but they have no solution. And they are not ready to pursue the solution. All you see there are a bunch of cowards. So before we go further, let me play this video. Let us watch carefully what they have to say, and then we come back.
I've always maintained that the most lucrative railroad in Nigeria is the Lagos, Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, Ore, Benin, Asaba, Onitsha, Owerri, Port Harcourt, Sako Bakaba, to Umuahia, to Abakaleke, all the way back to Onitsha. We've done the number, it's a 716-kilometer railroad. It will take about $5.2 billion to do. That railroad has 200 million cargo ton traffic per annum. Over 400 million passenger traffic per annum. The transport have been conducted. That road can be done through a PPP arrangement where government, the state, the contiguous 9 states and the federal government own some percentage shares in the SPV. The private sector investor owns 30%, either a Deutsche Bank group or any of the established rail company. Now, for example, assuming the federal government and the state cut off is about 1.3 trillion. They cannot put that 1.3 trillion in 1 year. It may go over 5 years. But the private sector investor can put in his own money at the same time, or as maybe on milestone basis. In such, if when you're preparing an MTF or a budget to cover those periods, there should be a plan on how to source for funding, whether through fiscal revenue or through borrowing, to cover your own counterpart funding. But the current expenditure for that, you can't carry current expenditure to next year. There must be capital provision every year. The problem we have is, like I always said, is the National Assembly. These guys, they just sit down, whatever is passed to them, they will just do first reading, second reading, third reading. They will just approve it. And that is where the change is. They are not helping the president. You only help the president when you provide oversight function. On the MDA, you ask questions. Okay, example, we said we were going to do 1.78 million barrels a day. We are not doing 1.4. What is happening? Who is being questioned? What is holding it down from us doing what we're supposed to do? We are going to build a refinery and repair it from 2021 to 2023. We are in 2024, going to the end of the 2024. Nothing is being refined. No question asked. Nobody questioned. You said to us, okay, we consume so much volume every day. All of a sudden, the number goes up 100%, 50%. Nobody's asking questions. And that is the challenge we have in Nigeria. There is no rigor. There's no focus, there's no discipline, there's no scientific approach to governance at that level, and which is very worrisome.
It's not sufficient.
See, okay, use the word. It's not sufficient, because if we are doing what we are supposed to, I always say this country ticks the right boxes to become a top 10 biggest economy in the whole world. South Korea in 1970 was way behind us. South Korea GDP was 9.75 billion. Our own was 12 billion, 12.3 billion. Go and check the records. Today, South Korea, 52 million people. $1.6 trillion GDP. Nigeria, 218 million people. $252 billion GDP. I'll give you an example. Access Bank in 2005 had a balance sheet, shareholders fund of 25 billion. Today, years later, Access Bank balance sheet is almost about 2.6 trillion naira. You could see growth. And I can tell you, if you look at the Access Bank plan, you could have seen how they plan to get from 2005 to where they are today. Nobody stumbles or praise himself into success. That's right. There must be plan, there must be focus, there must be strategy, there must be scientific knowledge on what you're going to do, when you will do it, how you do it, or what you will do it. What has helped countries like Norway, countries like Singapore, countries like Malaysia, countries like South Africa, because there is plan, there is consistency. But the problem, let me tell you the problem we have in Nigeria. A government comes into play. And of course, is this level of corruption in Nigeria. You saw what the EFCC chairman said during his confirmation hearing. He said between 2018 and 2020, over 2.9 trillion was stolen through over invoicing. So basically what most of these guys in MDA do, not everybody, is that when contracts are awarded, of course, they even disburse 70% ahead. No milestone. And then the man who is helping them will cream out their own portion and give to them. And so when the next government comes into place, everybody is looking for where they can keep their own money. So to continue with the old project simply means the contract has been awarded, money has been creamed out. So they pack it one side and they start a new thing. So that is the problem we have here in Nigeria. There is no rigor, there is no process in the procurement of things in Nigeria, even in award of contracts. So, but we need to get it right. We can't keep on lamenting and being at this level. We must get it right. And if we get it right in this country, I tell you, this country is a blessed land. This is one country that can export over $375 billion non-oil resources, goods and services. This is one country that can take over 197 million in poverty, out of poverty within the next 5 years. But we need to have leadership that is focused, leadership that has passion and creativity. And you know the very funny thing here, these guys can actually make so much money without stealing. By true creativity, they can make so much money without looting. I'll give you an example. A governor who put in place the right PPP framework to attract $2 billion into his state over the next 4 years. Even if there's an SPV created and his tone is half 10-20% in that SPV, he makes almost about $50 million till he dies every year. But he will have done one thing. He will have created massive job in his state. He will have grown GDP by $2 billion. He will have removed poverty in his state. But these guys, all they think about is, how do we get this out And that is why you see them, they don't pay emphasis on education, which is actually the key ingredient that will take us out of poverty. Because look at the 10 global biggest economies, 98% literacy rate. Look at the last 10, which Nigeria belongs to. Literacy level of actually less than 60%. Just look at it. They don't pay emphasis on education, on health, on social investment that will help us take out of poverty. Just that's why they give people pizzas and all those stuff. The truth is, all they do is award road contracts, do flyovers, those things that can enable them over invoice and quickly make money. And nations are not built that way, and we must understand this.
That's right. I mean, you've definitely analyzed the political dynamics, really the relationship between the executive and the legislative branches, really when it comes to situations like this when we're having 4 concurrent budgets. And you've highlighted on some solutions. But
Thank you for everyone that have just listened to the video I played. This very video I played is to illustrate to you the kind of country that is called Nigeria. Just as I was saying before, that these people, including the citizen, including the man that is sitting there, they know the problem. They are very good in illustrating, they are very good in trying to talk about the problem. They will stay in their studio and they will tell you what the problem is, how to solve the problem. But when it comes to the practical solution, you will not find it anywhere. Look at it, that is the illustration. He was talking about the importance of building a railway from all the way from Abuja to the east down to Port Harcourt. But what did Buhari do? Buhari built a railway to Niger Republic. Where there is no, today, tell me, of what economic importance is that railway? Of what economic importance? The only thing they can import from the Niger Republic is terrorists. That is the only thing they get from Niger Republic. And when you see these people come to the studio and they speak this grammar, at the end of the day, he will go back and join a party and begin to vote for somebody. A foundational problem that you know that the person you want to vote for have been given a written note of what he's going to do. Even this Peter Obi they are talking today, Peter Obi is now going to North, traveling to Sokoto. The Sultan of Sokoto will write to him and tell him what to do. That it is not about you going there to be whatever you have to be. Look at what you're going to do. The British will write their own decision and give you. You will go to Chatham House and go and speak to the Chatham House. The Chatham House will tell you what to do. At the end of the day, you think that that man will come back and change the status quo. It will never happen. What happens in Nigeria is retrogression every time. Retrogression every time. Even if you bring any person after this idiot that is there now, this dropper, he will be worst. That person will be worst. Go and bring an angel after Tinubu. That angel will be worst. These people know the problem and they speak about it, but the solution they do not have. They do not have. They talk about the problem, they line it up, they say, look at the solution. How are you going to arrive at that solution? You are complaining about the Senate, you complain about the presidency. Can you change the Senate? You can never change anything in the Senate. It has been planned in such a way that the North have an upper hand. Whatever you bring in the Senate, they are going to decide, they will vote against it, and it will happen in their own way. What they decide will happen. They take decision, and whatever decision they take, that's why you see them when the northern governors they go to the US and decide. The northern governors, they go for meeting in the US. Whatever they decide, they come there and tell their house members, and they will implement it. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do. Tinubu that is there today is because he signed an agreement. He bowed to them after supporting Buhari. He bowed and signed an agreement and swore that he's going to abide by what they say. And look at the person they gave him as a vice president, a Boko Haram leader. The leader of Boko Haram is who they gave Tinubu, and he gladly took him. Even after announcing him as a vice president, he first of all went to meet the bandit, to greet the bandit and give them compensation before he came and became your vice president. And yet somehow somebody is thinking that an angel will come and make your Nigeria a better place. I thank Chukwu Okigaba for Biafrans. For us, we are going home and no man is going to stop it. It is going to end. It has ended already. We are only waiting for time because we want to follow everything according to law. We are not lawless people. We are following every legal procedure to have a country because we are not going to be an island. At the end of the day, we are going to deal with other part of the world. At the end of the day, we will still deal with the international community. That is why we have to pass through the legal process to obtain Biafra. Today, we have our lobbyists. Our lobbyists are busy in DC working for us. We have already gotten the mandate from Biafran people. The referendum vote, we have gotten more than 40 million people voted. That is more than 80% of Biafrans have already voted in the self-referendum. So diplomatically, we are doing what we're supposed to do. Politically, we are doing what we are supposed to do. Then when you come to defense, in self-defense, we are defending on the ground. Those are the three arms through which we are fighting this very restoration of Biafra legally. I say legally. That is the beauty of it. That is why most of us, we can be proud to come online, put our face and talk and talk and talk and talk without fear. Because we are not committing any crime. What we are doing is following the legal procedure to get a country that will be competing among nations of the world. We cannot continue with this zoological republic. It can never work. The only people that cares about life and property are the people who are supporting the disintegration of the zoo. Whether you are from Arewa, whether you are from Odudua, whether you are Biafra or Middlebelt, and you are supporting the disintegration of the zoo, you are the only one that cares about life and property. Anything apart from that, you don't care. You don't care. It's only your own selfish interest. Anyone that is preparing to be a politician, you're only looking for your own chance to go and steal. They have now renamed stealing as a national cake. They call it national cake. So when you see them lining up as a politician, they're only waiting for their own opportunity. This man that is speaking there now, go and make him a governor. He will steal his own. He will do his own. He will do his own. Thank you, my beloved brother Maxwell. Please come into this matter and say and have your speech. Oh, what happened? They took my brother Maxwell out again. They took him out. So these are the problems we are seeing from all angles, from all corners. And before my brother Maxwell comes back, I am going to play another video to reveal the evil of the contraction, why it will not work. Stop pretending. Stop thinking it's going to work. It will never work. I'm going to play a video that is made by, what do they call him? Falana. Falana, who is also a one Nigerianist. And these are how all of them are. They will speak eloquently. They will talk about the problem, but the solution they do not have. And they don't want to support those who have the solution. Let's hear from Falana what he has to say.
Nigeria is not broke. We are made broke by the government and the policies of the government. One, and I'm just going to give you a few examples where we can raise over $100 billion in 6 months, and people are wasting our lives. The government has said that fuel subsidy is gone. Today, it's now been admitted that in the last 1 year, 5.4 trillion has been spent on importing fuel subsidy. 5.4 trillion. 2. And why are we importing fuel? Because they collapse our refineries. But the refineries will come on board very soon. Dangote refinery will come. We are also partners of the Dangote refinery. Nigeria is said to have own 20% because when Dangote had problem, Nigeria took a loan of $2.7 billion and gave to Dangote. But beyond that, the land, very expansive area, not a dime was paid for it. They call it free economic zone. You take my land, you give it to somebody else. They have not paid compensation, we're in court. 2, all the machinery were imported, duty free. The entire machines were imported under the MFLA official rate. So when they say 20%, we are still going to sit down when that refinery takes off.
Did you hear? These are one of those things we are talking about. There are different examples, right, left, and center. These examples are coming from their own conventional media, from the so-called one Nigerians. And when you hear them talk, you think they have a solution. They have no solution. They have no solution to the problem. Look at him there, talking about how to recover money, how to make billions. And this man is a lawyer, Falana. He knows that somebody somewhere stole 98 billion. And that 98 billion is still hanging out there. And more than that, he is not talking about all those. Even when he tried to talk about the Dangote issue, look at how he brought the Dangote issue in. He didn't bring it in as Dangote was committing a crime, but he brought it respectfully, saying it in the same way so that Dangote will not be offended. That very thing he's mentioning that Dangote is doing there, is that not a crime? Is that not a fraud? Is that not a fraud? What Dangote did, is that not a fraud? What Dangote committed is a fraud. Is a criminal act. When they waive all, this is a private business. It is not government business, it's a private business. The refinery is his private business. The government gave him his license, the license. After giving him the license, they now sponsor him again to build the refinery. After sponsoring him, they gave him the land where he built the refinery free of charge. Then every item that was imported for the refinery was imported duty free. And he is talking about it not as a crime. A lawyer, Falana. These are the one Nigerian is. He is there telling us how to recover money, make 1 billion. How Nigeria can make 1 billion in a week. The people that own the money is for the caliphate. Anything that has to do with the Fulani man, you don't talk to it anyhow. This is the Nigeria we want to walk away from. I don't know where to start. I don't know which one to mention and which one not to mention. There are numerous examples of it in their own conventional media. The only solution is disintegration of the zone. Yeah, welcome back, my beloved brother Maxwell.
Thank you so much. I've been off and on. My data, got finished, so I went back again. I was thinking maybe you've gone, but glory be to God, we are still here. I left us with some few minutes before we go. Look, my brother, Ndi Igbo, from my mother's tongue, Ndengwa, the Ngwa dialect. Ngwa people say, Onyela adịghị ovula banko, ojaki ya timnana. I don't know whether you understand my dream.
Yeah.
He who has no, a bad thing inside the bunch of firewood he or she is carrying will always hit it on the ground. But that particular one that has something hidden will carefully and gently put it,
drop it
on the ground so that nobody will know what is going on. You see, Nigeria can never get it right anymore. I told you, the blood of the innocent, that the blood of the innocent is riddled in the hands of the Nigerian government. Nothing they would do that will work in that country. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, they rebased the economy. The economy now became the biggest economy in Africa, and I think 22nd, 23rd, or 24th in the world. Today, what is happening? 250 something billion. It dropped by half. The hand of God is in it. Because if these people, God allowed them to make so much money, they will pour it on our head. They will use the same money to destroy us. That is the reason why South Africa now has taken over. Nigeria is not even number 3 in the world, in Africa. God is doing things. Look, when God is doing things, people will always talk, trying to find solution to it, but it will never come. That solution will be a mirage. It will never come. That is what is going on. Anybody that tells you that, oh, it's bad leadership, it's spiritual. What is happening to Nigeria is spiritual. The killing of the innocent people, the continuous killing of the innocent people, especially the indigenous people, will never make that country progress. It will never. And that is the reason why we are fighting to live. I am fighting to live. I support for us to live. We must leave that evil entity. The evil entity. Mistakes were done in the past. Ojukwu came to my own country here in the eastern region, Eburi, to right the wrongs. They say, oh, no. Ojukwu will not. If we allow him, this. They rubbished it. In fact, they destroy all the things that they agreed upon, presided over by General Achampong, one of the brilliant officers, Nigerian Ghana officers that we have in Ghana here. He called them together and they agreed. Gowon agreed. But when he got home, the advisors, the evil advisors, advised him into doing what he did that is yielding this fruit today. Ojukwu came here to right the wrongs of the past, restructure, let everybody go back and begin to develop again from the scratch. They said no. What happened? They brought war on us. They brought war on us. They brought war on the people of Biafra. They attacked first from Ogoja. They were the first. And Biafrans, with their improvised weapon system, they held them for 3 solid years. Who say you people? It be you people waiting that you are nobody. You are somebody. You are a tested generation. You are a tested generation. You are a tested ethnic group. You are a tested country. You've been tested. You've been refined. You are like gold that passed through the furnace, that passed through the heat. That is why you can go anywhere and you maintain your position and maintain your dignity and progress where other people are not progressing. That is what God has made you. And these are the things they have seen. They don't want you to go because once you leave, you see that place will be rubbled. Sodom and Gomorrah will be better. Somalia, like Nnamdi Kanu said, will be heaven to what is going to happen to Nigeria when Biafrans pull out. The little blessing and little light that you see going on in Nigeria today is because of your presence in that country. And we will not continue to live in a country where our interests are not protected. Even when you want to do it on your own, you are suppressed. We can't. So, my people, Dangote, look, let me tell you, Dangote is what I call SPV, Special Purpose Vehicle for looting. Dangote is a special purpose vehicle that all the criminal politicians are using to loot money, and they go there and dump it. He is fronting for all of them. He is fronting for all of them. Is it not the same Dangote that said May they will start, selling petrol to Nigeria, and immediately after in order to protect themselves, they set it ablaze? Why can't they now go and investigate what happened? Who set it ablaze? Is it within or what? They will not do that. They won't do that. They are now looking for ways to siphon more money. Go to the central bank, the blessed child of Nigerian criminality, they will give him another money to go and start. Nigerian government, as irresponsible as they are, invested in a private business. How do you want to tell me that it's a private business? It is a conglomerate of all the criminal politicians that have used him as a front. I call it special purpose vehicle. They used to loot money. Those monies, if they send it to abroad, people eyes go open. Then they begin to pump it in there so that it will remain in Nigeria and begin to yield fruit for them and their generation. God Almighty will punish all of them one after the other. If you are not a member of this struggle for the restoration of my mother's ancestral land, wake up. If you are a typical Biafran, wake up I don't need to come here and be telling you to wake up, wake up. Our people, I do not know whether our people want this proverb to fulfill on their head. You allow other people to come and the breadfruit tree is inside their compound. But you go to sleep and other people, when they fell, the other people will go and pick it. When you come out, you cannot see it again. Is that what you want to be? Come out, go and vote, support in any way that you can. No support is too little. Where you cannot give money, begin to sing and speak and call on the name of Chukwu Kikabia, Madam Biafra, and he will help us. He will help us. And God will not descend from heaven to help us. It is through our actions, positive actions, that will make God to come out and begin to push people that we never even thought of to come inside and mount more pressure on that evil entity, and it will collapse by the grace of God. My brothers and sisters, I am here to support you in everything. I will go everywhere to support the cause of Biafra restoration. That is where my mother comes from. The interest of that land is in my heart, and I will bear it till the day I will die. Do not lose hope. We are getting there. Thank you so much, Master.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing comment. And I'm rounding up now. We've spent almost more than 2 hours now. So we are rounding up on the program. And we're going to make our closing remark. On that closing remark, I would like my beloved brother Maxwell to also speak on that. There's an update that our Prime Minister just posted. On that update, he spoke about the cost of Nigerian custom. There's an update coming from Nigerian custom. In that update, it says that the importation of goods, containers, cars, things from abroad have reduced to 30%, 30% reduction. It has 30% reduction now. That the importation have reduced to 30%. And I'm saying Biafrans that are importing, bring it to 100%. The people that are doing the importation are Biafrans. There's no other people doing it. And I thank Chukwu that Biafrans are realizing. They are realizing the power they have. The controller of custom is complaining. They are crying that the importation have reduced to, has 30% reduction in the number of containers that come, number of vehicles that come, number of things that enter from abroad. People who are in charge are waking up. Since they have refused to give us a seaport on our side, forget it, leave them their port. Let us hold, we won't die. Halt every importation to Nigeria, halt it of the foreign entities. We are going home very soon. When we get back to our land, we have our own nation, we can make our importations. They boasted, they said they can do it. Let them go and do it themselves. Let them go and do it. Thank you, my brother. My brother Daniel, I can see my brother Daniel, while we are rounded off, is coming in. You're welcome, my brother Daniel. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I come late, my brother. I come late. Thank you very much. My Chukwu Kikabia continue to bless you. My brother, thank you very much. I really appreciate your effort. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, Nigeria don't know what is coming. And we must play that role for them. If they like, you know. Since there's something I find out, although I seen it before, I think I said it on the first day of this month, that since we merge this second phase, that we are about to round up to declare our independence, things will be happening, and things are happening within the enemy of Biafra. They are panicking. You know, when God begins to expose some certain people, they don't know what Biafra is preparing for them. Let them have it in mind that our PM said, anyị ga-agbachi ha nkịtị anyị nwetache Biafra. We are going to drag them enter Biafra and kpọgbuo ha n'obi. Let them continue propaganda. Let them continue fooling themselves. Let them continue to mess themselves up. They don't know that this generation that sworn an oath to make sure that what our father fought for never be in vain, has sworn an oath to deal with anybody that is sabotaging, that become Judas and is sabotaging our struggle. And here we are. We are unstoppable. There is nothing they can do. There is nothing. If they come in this way, Biafra win them. If they come in this era, and so shall we continue to win them until we get what we want. And we are already around the corner. So maybe tomorrow I will come early. Tomorrow. So let them continue the propaganda. We are watching them. We are watching them. Not only Biafra, Africa as a whole is waiting for the terrorists of Africa, and we're going to deal with them. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my beloved brother, for that very submission. We have another guest there. If you can hear me, please, can you speak to Biafrans? Let's hear you.
Greetings, my dear brother. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you. My beloved brother, you are coming late today.
Yes. I'm so sorry. It's not really.
It's been a long time, but we miss you.
Yes, my brother. Even last week, I even tried to come in. It was already when you are also closing up.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I have to say, okay, let me leave it today. And today I'm also coming late. So my brother, let me just make it, because I have seen that you already. So the thing is, like all the topic you have treated today is so excellent, and a lot of people have realized that, and that is why you can see those criminals that call themselves politicians say that they are representing us. They no longer sleep night, so they have known that the people have automatically taken that power that belongs to them. We always say that power belongs to the people, but all this while, all these years, they have been kind of suffocated the people. The people don't know their rights any longer. The people don't know the power that invested on them, and they are now imposing themselves on the people and using them as they like. So today, they have seen that we, as the people of Biafra, have realized that yes, the power belongs to them, and the power is in their hands to take what belongs to them. So they no longer have it as business as usual. They are not running headless scatter. Just like the one you mentioned, like the refinery and what have you, those people you have mentioned. Are you talking about that one alone? What of the so-called NMPC? Before the dead man leave office, they don't not tell that they have privatized it. They sold it to their own company, but today it's still functioning as their national. Listen, so every money they are still using the government, the federal money to pay whatever salary or whatever is making here. And yet, whatever they are accruing there as a profit, what have you, they are the same companies, the ones seeing and whatever is going on, coming in from the group and selling and all this, they are still in charge. Would you imagine that could happen in a country functioning that? So
you're right, my brother. You're right. That one is another big one. That's another big one.
Yes, there's another corruption. There's another illegality on its own. You said you privatize, and that's why you see the price of fuel they are talking about today. We don't know whether it's actually privatized. Even when they have removed subsidy, every time they will tell they remove subsidy, they are still paying subsidy. But they tell them they are removed subsidy, and people are still suffering because they claim they remove subsidy. Yet, my brother, is beyond comprehension. That's why we continue to tell them that they should not. Our people have, and that's why we are celebrating. We thank God that our people realize the truth. Could you imagine the so-called engineer agreement and his cohort? They are making a press statement telling us that they are now calling for the release of our leader. Could you imagine? They are visiting an appointee of the president. Then they said they are elected people who claim that they have the mandate of their people. They cannot be able to summon and have meeting with their so-called president, but they will go and visit his appointee to beg him to go and reach there. So, which means they have proven that they are slaves in their so-called country. And when they claim that they are elected, they are not elected. They are afraid of those that appointed them, and they will continue to respect them. So, my brother, let me just hold it here because of the time, and I will try, maybe by God's grace, next week I'll make sure that I will be on time and then make more contributions as I would have done. Thank you very much, and keep up with the good work. May Chukwu bless you as we continue to pray for our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. Elohim continue to strengthen him. Pray for our Prime Minister, Simon, for his strength and the more knowledge and wisdom to continue to pilot the affairs. And thank you also, my brother Maswell, for the good job you are doing, for supporting us always. Thank you so much. I yield my mic here.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Machi Best. I really missed you for a long time. I really missed you. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it. My brother Maxwell, go ahead and give us your closing remark before we leave.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. May God bless Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless the Prime Minister, his teaching cabinet, beautiful men and women of Biafra land. I say, may Chukwu bless you, prosper you in everything that you do all around the world. May God bless the warriors that are keeping my mother's ancestral land safe, even when we are not there. May Chukwu protect them. May he make them invincible in the eyes of our enemies. May your days be long. May we live to see Biafra. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. We appreciate you, and we pray that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you always wherever you are. Fellow Biafrans who are watching any place you are watching us from, I thank you all for being part of this program. Join me in the evening program. If you have time, join me in the evening program so that we can continue to disseminate these informations and reach out to Biafrans. The only solution for we Biafrans is our independent state of Biafra, and we are going to liberate ourselves. It is either Biafra or nothing. There's no going back. Biafra government, peace, unity, progress, and equity. We move airborne.